late model
prevailed and takes home the checkers here at Knoxville Raceway.
Checker flag is out for Spangler as they come across the line here.
The 217 coming off of 4. It'll be hit.
Coming there off 3 and 4. Salas gets win number 2 of the night.
Randy Shreves from 19th to victory.
The cars 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win. It's going to be Shreves getting the win.
He sees the checkered flag win. Give it to William Watson.
Yo, 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 tune in, don't miss Shaggy TV, hit him with the twist. Gang on deck, let's pick up the pace. Remote in hand, it's a cartoon race. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Flip the channel, hit the screen. Velma's got the clues, keep it clean. Fred in the whip, Daphne looking mean. Shaggy on the snacks, munching every scene. Zoinks, got ghosts in the room. Monsters lurk, smell the cartoon fumes. Fog thicker than my uncle's perfume. Solve it quick, then straight to the tune. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Spooky vibes with the laugh on top. Masked villains, every case non-stop. Trapdoor falls, but the plan don't flop. Through the laugh track, tick tock, tick tock.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network with a new sponsorship here for the 358 Modifieds. Thanks to Uncle Ron, got Hawks Garage. The Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds got a pretty good ring to it. And man, of course, last week, Chris Alvey, introducing the new big block modified sponsorship. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I'm thinking last week. But either way, Village House Coffee. I mean, how cool, dude. League's really growing. It's awesome. It's been a fun thing to, really be a part of. These guys are some of the best, and, man, treat each other like a family. That's what makes it so good, and it's good to see this man here. It looks like he is out on the racetrack. Paint job is going to load up here. When I was playing my music, I realized my trading paints had timed out. So I re-uploaded it, and we're going to have to get the people in each session. But Dino out of the hospital feeling good in that 79, and it's good to see him out on the racetrack here at Port Royal. Dan McLaren right now, he's one of the quicker guys in the session, P6. The moment there is the 88. That's another good-looking rod. I like the look of that thing. Oh, Dano put Shaggy TV on the inside of that thing. That's awesome. Appreciate that, Dano. Got Black Rifle Coffee on that. Oh, that's the JRB Design Machine, too. I mean, that's another sponsor here, Coast to Coast. They sponsor on Monday night. Good to see. Good to see. Let's hop over in this room. Is anybody on the... No. Literally everyone's on pit road in that session. It's crazy. Hop back over with Dan. Or actually, let's see Jeff Barker. Here in this session. We got Superman. He just pulled to the inside. Got Brian Dickens. In the 122 machine. Got the stars and bars on there, as always. I believe, don't quote me on this here, but I'm almost certain Brian Dickens picked up a win when we were at Port Royal last season. I could be wrong. For some reason, it's popping in my head that he did. Oh, Sammy got a different looking paint out here tonight. An all white for the most part. A little bit of red on there. It's not a Sam Bachman car, I don't think, without a little bit of red on there. So who can we credit for that thing? Another Bowman Designs. Tyler does such a good job over there. Let's see, Maverick Seidel, did he just, when he joined in, I think, well, checkered flag in a way, but I think there was a chance Maverick would have been all by himself in a room. That would have been no fun here for Mr. Seidel, but we got a more than 24 here, so we're going to have a B main. And the whip has been cracked on me. I'm told I got to speed the interviews up, so still going to be my friendly self, I guess. Try to be. You know, we don't know how well it'll work. I'm going to try to listen. That's why I'm talking about it now. Keep no promises as we watch the 4 of Scott Rayome and Harold Plump. You see that? They are virtually in identical spots on the racetrack. I think Scotty just edges him to the line here in the 4 machine. Rolls the center through 1 and 2. You just want to keep that thing straight here, but there, a little too straight. Goes up the hill, tightens up on the 4. And as Scott Rayome comes to the line, he may not like this time. It's 19.62. 4/10 off the pace of this man, the 099 Billy Roberts. Top of the charts with a 19.20. The driver of the 99. Can he find more time? Gonna need to, because Brian Dickens just unseated him. Now Sammy B did as well. Roberts gonna stay P3 as Sam Bachman. Cracks the whip for the final time into 3. Off of 4, the 007. Can he find a little more? The answer's no. Yella. Gonna keep it that 19.17 for Bachman as we go find Dan McLaren here. He's finishing up lap number 2. Soupy Yella not gonna improve. Gonna stay P14. And let's go find William Watson here. Driver of the 23, always going to be a factor anytime you're running a modified, whether it's a big block or a small block. William knows how to wheel and deal. Can he find a little bit of time? He is green through sector 1, but he's out of time. Only 2 minutes to qualify. Got to go quick here at Port Royal, and he only gets the 1 lap in, and we get set to take a look at the starting grid for heat race number 1. Daniel, I'm not kidding. I don't always know who to credit for that, but you're a big part of me remembering that, all those conversations we would have. So I forever will appreciate you for that as we take a look. Row 5 to the outside, the 38 of the man you're going to hear later on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. The 38 of Adam Flieger to the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 4 to the outside, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker. Row 3, the high side, the 7-9 of Dino. Dean Reynolds to the inside, the 025 of the Moose. Jacob Mossow. Row 2 to the top shelf. Your quick time, the 007 of Sammy B. Sam Bachman to the inside, the 099 of the Gears Unlimited machine of Billy Roberts. Row 1 for heat race number 1 to the outside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer. Trevor Giroux, and starting on the pole, the 213. Another Gears Unlimited machine of Michael Vitale. Boy, I forgot to bring up the Coast to Coast YouTube. Sorry if anybody's written anything. I'm going to go over there and look now. Nope, nobody has, so. I had that itch, maybe something was over there. But if you're watching Uncle Ron, I'm going to beat you to the punch. What's going on? I thanked you in the opener. We really appreciate what you did there. The pace car should be pulling off this time. Does indeed. We get set to go race here. For race number one of what, or heat number one of what will be, I would imagine, 3 heat races. As drivers roll off of turn 4, they take a look up into the PA sky. The green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. 10 laps to play at the Port Royal Speedway. Oh, Dino thought about making it 3 wide there. Here comes the 79. This boy, oh boy, a little bounce there off the 025. Your leader out front is the 213 of Michael Vitale, but here comes the Philly Flyer. Got the horses galloping on the outside. 2 by 2 by 2 as far as the eye can see here. Billy Roberts trying to make some work here, looking for P2 on the 075. The 99 looking low. The outside maybe starting to hum here. Cars get that momentum. Such a momentum-based car, these 358 modifieds. The big block, you can get away with a little bit more. You got that power, but man, if a guy comes up sides in front of you, you're doing all you can to find a way around, because that can kill that momentum. And man, Michael Vitale doing it so well here, protecting, trying to block his teammate in the 99 at the same time. Watch the outside. I mean, literally, you don't want to sound cliche here, but they're playing chess right now. You've got to be thinking ahead, and that's exactly what Isaac has been doing. He got to the outside, kissed the wall, though. Wasn't given a lot of room. And I said Isaac, I meant the Philly Flyer there. You see that 5, and you just want to think of Isaac. But, of course, 7.5 on that thing. He says, you want to shut the door on the outside? I'm going to go low here. Serve you up a little right rear. There's contact for the lead. Vitale may not like that, but the Philly Flyer may be left with no other choice here. Had to do it. Billy Roberts able to get around. Michael Vitale trying to hold on to P3. Sam Bachman cracking the whip on the outside. He moves into 3rd as we come off of 4. And Dean Reynolds not close enough to take advantage of the mistake here, the 213. It's too big a gap. And with that being said, drivers rolling off of 4 this time by. You're going to see that white flag wave. We've got 1 lap to play. Trevor roping the outside here. Billy getting some company. Here comes Sam Bachman. Does the 007 think about one final move here through 3 and 4? He goes to the outside. Your leader's gonna be the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. And Sam Bachman steals P2. Coming across the line. Roberts, Vitale, your top 4. And the 213, maybe not so pleased. Mossau, Reynolds, Barker, Flieger, Thomason, and Butterfield for the B main. Actually, Michael, I'm kind of think I remember what happened there. I think Michael forgot to give Trevor his Christmas present. And that's probably what it was there. Didn't want to wait. Wanted to surprise him out on the racetrack. I'm almost kidding. He wasn't upset. No way. I mean, that was he came bearing gifts there. Let's take a look at the starting grid for heat race number 2. Rounding out the field, the 015 of Mike Stryker to the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 4 to the outside, the 26 of Maverick Seidel to the inside, the 23 of Bart William Watson. Row 3 to the outside, the 88 of Soupy Dan McLaren to the inside, the 028 of the Moose Joe Mossau. Wait, no, we can't have them all be the moose. I can't do that. That's cheap. All right, no. Yeah, we'll have to talk to them. You know, they can't all be the moose. I mean, everyone in my in my family, all the boys, we were all called Chappie. So I guess it could be true, but you know, I can't for the life of me do that. Row 2 to the outside, the 5 of Salsa. Slide job, Isaac Salas to the inside, the 518 of 100 grand. Joseph Brandy. Row 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 09 of the Teddy Bear. Ted York, and starting on the pole, the 35 of Harold Plum. Oh, man, if you were stationed up in New York, I guarantee you a race you saw Dean Reynolds in that 79. I guarantee you he was probably there, George. Because Dean Reynolds was one of the guys who runs the Super Dirt Car Series. As you take a look to the PA sky, the green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Isaac Salas wasting no time, started 4th. Pinches off right away, gets 3rd, thought about the move for 2nd. Couldn't do it as he's going to watch these guys duke it out. Slide job by the Teddy Bear. He puts a squeeze there on the 35, but Isaac Salas, he gets the last lap. Tap dances his way to the outside. Going to do it one more time. Should have the lead here as we go. Entering 3. No, he does not. Big run on the inside from the Teddy Bear. York not going away here, continuing to wage war, but Isaac finally has that momentum, and I think Mr. York, he better fight, claw, scratch to get up top, because here comes the man with the best nickname in iRacing, 100 grand. On the outside, what can Joseph Grandy do? Plenty of time. 5 laps to go. Grandy walking the outside here. Can he clear Ted this time? Not yet. Maybe if they make contact like that, he can. The Teddy Bear gonna squeeze him up high. Not able to close with the slide job. And he falls in line. Meanwhile, we take a look back here at Dan McLaren, the first man on the outs. Remember, top 4 to the A main. Dan's got to work, man. Got to get the pickaxe out here. Got to start hacking away. We are running out of time. Drivers off of 4. They say 3 fingers in the air, 3 to go. There's contact behind. Maverick Seidel gets into Barry Wallace, but let him gather it back up. And, well, it's not for a transfer spot, but, you know, it's going to help you that much more in the B main. We got a lot of cars here tonight. Only going to take 12 in the B main. And, I mean, I'm thinking we're going to have 18 guys about. So, man, you got to go. You want to get them now. Make it as easy on yourself as you can. As Grandy, can he get there? Let's go on board. That is not on board. I always name the cars the wrong thing, and that's Isaac Salas. What a way to bungle this as the white flag waves. Grandy gets a big run on the outside. He's got one more chance to do it here, and he's not close enough. Not going to take the swing, going to play smart, knows he's in the show, and that means Salsa wins heat race number 2, followed by Grandy, York, and Clump, McLaren, Watson, Massau, Wallace, Seidel, and Stryker to the B. As we get ready to take a look here, 3rd and final heat race. I love the fact that they're doing these 10, 10s, and 9s. Sometimes they used to have them gridded with 6s, 7s, and we would have done 4 heat races, but man, am I right or am I right? These are so much more exciting when, you actually got to work for it. And, well, qualifying, it really means something when you grid them up like this. As we take a look here, rounding out the field, heat race number 3 in the 147. Michael Vecchio. Row 4 to the outside, the 4 of my homie Scott Raomi. To the inside, the 28 of Jeff Sharp. Row 3 to the outside, the 397 of the man we call the Canadian, Alex Pomerleau, to the inside, the 051 of Putt-Putt, Clay Christopherson. 02 to the outside, the 122 of Brian Dickens, to the inside, the 390. Let's hear from the Brew Crew, from Mike Brewer. Row 1 for your third and final heat race here at the Port Royal Speedway. To the outside, the 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer, and starting on the pole, I have the 147 of... Oh, there we go. It finally changed. Finally put Brian Moore Sr. on the... Oh, man. My SDK was so broken there for a second. Missed Wednesday night. I mean, what other place? I mean, he normally does it on a Wednesday. Trying to do it on a Thursday. Start P1. See what Brian Moore Sr. can do from the lead here. There is Uncle Ron. Lighting up that chat. Coming on board with the Hawks Garage deal that I just looked at. How did none of you guys yell at me that was so high on the screen? I don't know how that edited to move. It's moving live for you guys. I'm going to keep it right there. That looked terrible in the top right. Someone yell at me next time. Say, Shaggy, you don't do that. You be more professional than that. As drivers roll off of 4. We take a look once again up to the PA sky. The green flag is high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 3 is underway. Oh, Brewer with a little bit of hiccup there. Slides up the racetrack, opens the door for his teammate Clay Christopherson. How aggressive does Clay want to get here? That's for a final transfer spot. Got to think, even though you're teammates, you got to take what you got here, and that's exactly what the 51's going to try to do. There goes Brian Moore Sr. thinking about making it 3 wide. Brian Dickens working the inside. The 218 of Superman got the cape flapping in the breeze. Kurt Schatzer. Boy, oh boy, we got one up and over here. Big contact for the Canadian Alex Pomerleau. Not going to get a caution here in the heat race. We continue. As Brian Dickens makes a pass for the lead, gets it done here as he goes down the backstretch. Remember, those two are teammates, so I got to imagine, going to be a little bit of give and take between those guys. And Brian Moore Sr. may not like the fact that maybe he feels like the door was closed on him. But, Brian, when you take a look at the replay, brother, you were blinking. I don't know if they saw you. And Brian Moore Sr. going to have to fight here through the B main, barring a big incident here up front. Brian Dickens leads the way. 4 laps to play. Mike Brewer, big send. Brian Dickens, though, riding the center through 1 and 2. That means Brewer, he had to play nice there. Couldn't get naughty. But he's going to do it one more time here. Going to go up, maybe try to get an autograph from Brian. Nope, stayed, kept it low. 3 to go. Mike Brewer trying to work, not going away, slides up in the little gap there in between teammates, and Kurt Schatzer had to get on the binders there. That may open the door for the 51. We got 2 laps to go. Plenty of time for Brewer to steal the show. Slide job through 1 and 2. Brian Dickens cuts back underneath. Here we go. It's on. 1.5 to go. Half a mile to play in the Pennsylvania clay. This time by as the white flag waves. Brewer on the inside. Dickens through the center. They make a little contact. Rubbin's racing. Superman, you can see the cape flapping. Can he make a last lap lunge? Final time through 3 and 4. Brewer in the outside wall. Brian Dickens nursing the bottom. He's going to take the checkered flags. P2 to Brewer. 3rd to Superman. And 4th to Putt-Putt. Jeff Sharp, Rayon, Moore Sr., Vecchio, and Pomerleau to the B main. Whew. Okay, so I guessed 18, 17. 5 going to go home here. So B-Main going to mean a little bit of something here tonight. You got to be ready. You got to be on your best here. As we take a look at the starting lineup, rounding out the field, the 015 of Mike Stryker. Row 8 to the outside, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Row 7 to the outside, the 26 of Maverick Seidel. To the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 6 to the outside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. To the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 5 to the outside, the 38 of Adam Flieger. To the inside, the 55 of Mr. Wednesday Night, Brian Moore Sr. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 028 of Joe Mossow. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 3 to the outside, the 4 of my homie Scott Raomi. To the inside is FTM teammate in the 23, Bart William Watson. Row 2 for your B main here to the outside, the 79 of Dino. Dean Reynolds. To the inside, the 28 of Jeff Sharp. And row 1, remember, top 12 transfer. To the A main, to the outside, the 88 of Dan McLaren. And starting on the pole, the 025 of Jacob Mossow. You know the deal. Can't hate me if you're up front. We'll give you a little bit of love, but man, we got to keep an eye on this battle for the final transfer spot here. Is looking to take our final 12 drivers to the A main. As you take a look at the PA sky, the green flag's high. It's time to watch the dirt fly. Your B main is underway. 3 wide right away there for third. Dino got a big old run, though. He had to check up. Scotty does as well. Teammates playing nice here in the early stages. Jeff Sharp maybe trying to get by both of them here. Scotty gets a shot from his teammate as they all check up. Oh, we got a car going around. That's Adam Flieger. Adam Flieger, tough break for the 38. Not going to get a caution flag in the B main. And man, him and Seidel all but going to do it here. Dan McLaren went around in 1 and 2. Michael Vecchio in your 12th and final transfer spot. Next man behind him is Maverick. So basically, you know, I mean, if you've got a spotter, I mean, if they aren't telling you right now to freeze, hang out where you're at, play nice, behave, and you're in the A main, I don't know what you got a spotter for, because I'm top 12 gone. Maverick not going to be able to run them down here if they, you know. But, you know, now that I say that, I better stick my foot in my mouth, because look at this gap. Seidel may be able to get there. What is the gap? I mean, he is mowing it down. It's down to 1.3. Vecchio may have a little bit of damage, may just be playing it smart on the inside. As the relatives here duking it out, even in the B main. I told you boys are in the show. But man, they are swapping back and forth here at the Port Royal Speedway. Look, he's gonna, nope. Okay, left him a lane open, so they're playing nice at least. But I thought we'd get a slide job crossover. Here comes Maverick Seidel, and I told you, I may have put, you know, spoken too soon. Well, that's what it is. He's got ShaggyTV loaded. I mean, I've warned you guys, that adds a little bit of horsepower. Don't tech him, because, I mean, you could see it's brung him back up to the 747, and there is enough time for him to do this thing. Michael Vecchio can't be too cautious here, as the Venom number 26, here he comes. He is right there. I mean, you gotta think he may make this look easy. Ducks to the inside, slide job. this is for the final transfer. As we come out of 4 of these drivers looked at 2 laps to go. I think it was still Michael Vecchio. Now Seidel clears him and Dean Reynolds takes the white flag as, man, they're in a war behind Dan McLaren still out there racing, but he is a lap down. So don't really mind that 88 there in the position for the top 12 is, oh, Vecchio. Not sure, he was sitting still, but Dino, hey, he's going to win the PMA, and he's good to the show. Sharp, Barker, Rayome, Pomerleau, Watson, Joe Mossau, Barry Wallace, Scott Thomas, and Jacob Mossau, Mike Stryker, and Maverick Seidel to the A-Main. Stick around. We'll be back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
Little over 5 seconds here until we get the checkered flag on warm-ups in 24 of Coast to Coast Best. Get ready to go play in the Hawks Garage. Thursday Night Thunder 358 Modifieds here at the Port Royal Speedway. Rounding out the field, row 12 to the outside, the 26 of Maverick Seidel to the inside, the 015 of Mike Stryker. Row 11 to the top shelf, the 025 of Jacob Mossau to the inside, the 8 of Scott Thomason. Row 10 to the high side, the 210 of Barry Wallace to the inside, the 028 of Joe Massow. Row 9 to the outside, the 23 of Bart William Watson to the inside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Row 8 to the high side, the 4 of Scott Rayon to the low side, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 7 to the top shelf, the 28 of Jeff Sharp to the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 6 to the high side, the 051 of Putt Clay Christopherson to the inside, the 35 of Harold Plum. Row 5 to the outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale to the inside, the 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer. Row 4 to the high side, the teddy bear in the 09, Ted York to the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. Row 3 to the outside, the 390 of Mike Brewer to the inside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Brandy. Row 2 to the high side, the Sam Akonda in the 007, Sam Bachman to the inside, the 122 of Brian Dickens. And row 1 for your Hawks Garage 358 modified. Amen here at the Port Royal Speedway to the outside. The 5 of Salsa Slide Job Isaac Salas to the inside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer. Trevor Giroux is driver's roll into 3 for the final time. They roll off of 4. They take a look at the PA sky. The green flag is high. Let's make some dirt fly. We got 30 laps to play at the Port Royal Speedway. Here we go. Those guys duking it out there for the lead, but we got battles all over. 3 wide behind here. Ted York muscle to the outside. The 213 sends it up there. Mike Brewer, he gets in the outside wall in front of Teddy York. He's got to come to a stop, and we get our caution. First caution of the night here. Lap number 1. Saw they were 3 wide behind. Couldn't tell what happened here, though. If you were kind of looking to the front, you may have seen it. Yeah, I think Mike just drives up a little, or, maybe got caught in the bumps there. Because, yeah, it just looked like he had the wheel crank, but that thing just tightened up, slid right up the racetrack. William Watson did something similar behind in the 23, but Brewers just got to come to a stop there. I mean, what are you going to do? Yank it off the wall down in front of people? And the flag man, they get it. Throw the yellow, and I'll re-rack them and try this one more time here. Good time for me to look over to the Coast to Coast chat again. See, what's going on, Peacock? Out there, right? Uncle Ron, once again, rooting for the nephew there, but man, he may not want to claim him tonight after getting in the wall there. Lap number 1. Brewer's going to have his work cut out for him, to say the least, if he wants to get back into this thing. Tail end of the field here, lined up 23rd here at the moment. Let's do this camera. I put this on for a reason now. Yep. Okay, lights are off under that wheel and deal. So we'll re-rack them. We'll go back green this time. Bye. You're exactly right there, Daniel. That is good racecraft. And that's what I mean. There's times, too, where you got to kind of yank it. You don't want to ever really yank it down, but if you see guys coming up behind you, don't really have a choice. You got to try to get out of the way. But noticed, really only one guy behind him was the 23, who I mentioned got in the outside wall as well. He didn't want to be there. Take a look back to that PA sky. You see the green flag is high. The Philly Flyer drops the hammer, and we're back underway. Isaac looking for an opening slide job. Playing nice, though. Man, I thought he was going to serve that dish. As the Philly Flyer, for some reason, on the SDK, don't pay any attention to that here. They're going to... And they got to figure out what's going on here. That was happening all day yesterday after restarts. There we go. Now it readjusts as we continue to watch that battle for the lead. But let's take a look back here. Oh, contact between the 51 and the 213. Pud going to go in there, maybe give it back to him. And Jeff Sharp, he's going to get the worst of it. He goes to the inside. Caution flag now going to wave as Scott Rayome somehow involved in that foreign machine, and I know he's sitting there thinking about, contemplating, what could I have done different? And I'm going to be honest with you, Scotty. I don't know yet because we haven't looked at the replay, but maybe I'll be able to tell you here. You can see the contact there between the 213 and the 51. That's where that starts. And Jeff Sharp just kind of, he's... when he gets the aftermath of that. And Dino and Barker, they're 3 wide, bouncing around a little bit. Maybe Scott thought he'd have a little more room up there, but they're actually kind of... maybe there was a little reaction, but really unrelated incidents there. So you got to wonder here, if I'm the Philly Fly, if I'm an FTM right now, and, I'm smart enough to have the broadcast on, I say, Trevor, Shaggy has no idea how you're still in the lead. I think Isaac played nice there through 1 and 2, and, maybe he'll park it up there this time if you don't go down there and protect. And at the same time, if I'm Isaac's teammates, I'm saying, Isaac, Shaggy thought that was going to work here. You better go in there and try to do that thing again if he goes to the outside, because it could be the move of the race. I know, I guess, Uncle Ron, maybe you did watch it over the weekend, I think, where, or no, you wouldn't have watched. That was Devin Hauer. Never mind, it wasn't Brewer. But he went from 3rd to 1st. On the final lap at Knoxville, because with 2 to go, they got a green-white checkered. He ran the outside through 1 and 2, and that's still fresh on my mind. And Trevor got the memo. I got to restart on the inside this time. Buddy got the memo here, and I think, having a teammate behind him, maybe that's going to help here. But, yeah, you don't want to do that again, I don't think. And I hope both the cars tie for the victory. That'd be the first time, my sponsor, or ShaggyTV, would be on 2 cars in victory lane at the same time. So we're rooting for a tie, but at the end of the day, if you're being strategic, this is what you got to do. Because realistically, I think he got away with one on that last restart. But take a look up to that sky. The green flag's high. Looks like they're about to make some dirt fly. We're back underway at the Port Royal Speedway. Isaac going to rope-a-dope on the outside. Now going to cut to the inside. He says, Shaggy, you tricked them all, brother. I wanted the outside. I'm committed. And holy Hannah, thou shalt not get the lead just yet, says the 75. The Philly Flyer are going to send it in deep, but these guys are about to be in an all-out war. The Philly Flyer left them about 3/4 of a lane. Not enough for Isaac to want to chomp at the bit just yet. And man, oh man, we're back under caution. I am not too sure. We're going to stay in the TV4 view for this one. Because, yeah, okay, I knew it kind of probably happened up front. You see contact between the 51 and the 213. Not the first time this race that has happened. Now, I don't know who we want to blame on the opening contact here. So I think, if we were going to assign blame on the first one, probably going to give... Clay's frustrated, about being run out. Probably about 70% though of the blame on him. But this one, looking at it at a quick glance, you can see he's holding his line. Vitaly kind of wants to come down, but he stays half a lane above that slick the whole time. And Clay doesn't come up the racetrack till they make contact. So can't really put that one on him, but man, we got a parking lot after this thing. You see the teddy bear, hard shot, right front goes a flying, somehow reattaches. Scott ends up piling into this thing. The 23, I'm the William Watson. He may have made it through. He gives himself a little Port Royal stripe there. Oh, they were still trying to wreck there after the caution flag as well. So just lets these guys keep thinking here up at the front. And I don't know what to tell you, Trevor. Now he's to the point where you got to really go where you're comfortable, because I think, either way, that dog behind you is gonna dig until he gets that bone. I mean, Isaac Salas bad fast right now, and the Philly Flyer are going to look behind, and there's going to be no FTM teammates in sight till P8. So he's going to have to fight this war by himself, and there's no, call it how it is, man. You come up on an FTM guy, you race him a little harder. There's a bunch of them in here. You're going to give them the best you got. That's what they expect. That's what they want. Let's see if the Philly Flyer can hold on as we look to the sky. The green flag's high. We're back underway at the Port Royal Speedway. Isaac working the inside here, but let's zoom out. I thought maybe we'd see another move there, but we're seeing him back here to the back. Grandy. I mean, him and Isaac Salas so similar in the way that they will indeed go where you're not. And Grandy immediately through 1 and 2 when the opener just goes to the outside, keeps it pinned, slips up a little bit there coming off at 2. What does the 99 do? Going to leave him plenty of room here. Kurt Schatzer, he's trying to jump on board here, but look, we got a battle for the lead. Slide job, Salsa cracks open the lid here, and boy, is it spicy. Side by side into 3, the Philly Flyer. Gonna give him some back here. A little bigger spoon this time. As we come across the line, give it to Isaac Salas. But this thing is not over yet. The Philly Flyer, he may have just conceded. Got a little loose through 1 and 2. Gets to the back of the 5 after Isaac gets in the wall. They both live to play another day, but man, that baby breathes a little bit of life here. Into the 122. Right on cue, here comes the Stars and Bars. Alex Pomerleau trying to find a way around the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Got a decent gap back to Dino, who is feeling a little pressure from his teammate in the 23, William Watson. Both guys know how to get around at the Port Royal Speedway, which, man, is making this that much harder as Joseph Grandy looking to have finally secured this pass here. Brian Dickens, little slip up there. Does Grandy think about a shot to the you-know-where here? Oh, gonna take a peek underneath, and he gets a little bump there. We're rubbing, we're racing at the Port Royal Speedway. Oh, here comes $100,000, laying it all on the line here at Port Royal. Absolutely, I mean, he is just an outlaw against the wall right now. Full throttle, got her pinned. The 518. Does he have enough time to get there? 16 to go. He's gonna now if we get a caution flag. And I would assume we do now get a caution flag. Kurt Schatzer was hard in the wall there in the entry to 1. Kind of rewind this to kind of see where everybody gets a piece of it. So you can see Bachman, he is so close. I mean, if you run the outside here, Port Royal, and 1 and 2, it tightens up the race car so perfectly that, you're not giving it a lot of wheel either way. I mean, a little bit left on entry. And it looks like he's right in that groove. You see him hit the bump, so it kind of slides up. And no, actually, he's in the wall as well. So He was up there in the wall. There was no chance then it not getting into the back of the 218. He tries. Let's put it up here a little bit. But you can see then he got a shot from the inside. And people want to drive through things, you know. I mean, if realistically, I think, you know, I know we didn't get the caution flag yet, but, you know, if we drive in there, we lift and we see that guy in the wall. I think him and Sam, you know, live to play another day. I mean, there would have still been a caution because you could see Kurt Schatzler came down backwards. So, I mean, there wasn't, you know, it's not like we needed to create one here to tighten up. It was going to happen. And now this, you know, this could be the 75 and the 5's worst nightmare. Because I'm cha-ching. I mean, cash register's open. 100 grand's on the way here. He's ready to play. And there is a lot of time. Port Royal, big racetrack. Oh, appreciate it, Adam. I saw... well, you know, I mute my Facebook alerts, but I saw something pop up on my phone. I didn't think it was that, but yeah, after... in between races, if I think about it, yeah, I'll try to do that quick so I can run it. Appreciate that. And you send me a message. You let me know what I owe you. Isaac Salas is your leader here at the Port Royal Speedway. He rolls off of 4, ready to drop the hammer, and we are back underway here at the Port Royal Speedway. Dino's starting to get a little oomph in that 79, up 5 spots here. Can he get a couple more? Next on the list would be his teammate in that 51 machine. As Dino peeks to the inside, the Purple People Eater. Not this time, but he's not going to stop. Going to keep swinging the hammer here. He takes a peek low. Harold Klump gets around the 320, or the 397, excuse me, of Alex Pomerleau. And here we go. Like a phoenix rising out of the ashes. Scott Rayome been involved in a couple races here. Or wrecks, excuse me. Somehow still driving that 4 through the field. Scott Rayome, oh, the commentator's curse. If there ever was one, tried to cut through the middle, got the door slammed shut on him. And Ted York not able to check up in time, gets into the back of Rayome, and definitely an aggressive move. But, man, you know, after you've had a rough run, you've got to try to make it go, and that's exactly what Scott Rayome was doing here as we go back, take a look. I'm almost certain. I get it wrong a lot, but I think I hit the nail on the head this time. See, he gets a better run here than Alex Pomerleau, so he's going to think, hey, I want to look to the inside. But he gets into him a little bit and lifts out of the throttle after he gets into him, and, man, Teddy Bear just doesn't get the memo there. And, yeah, Daniel, I did. I jinxed the hell out of him. I mean, there's pretty much no other way around that. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head, and, you know, Scott may not want to talk to me anymore here if he goes back and listens to this thing. Your hard charger right now is Maverick Seidel. He started P24. He is up to 11th, 1 spot out of the top 10. So if Seidel could get one more, I mean, that's one of the better runs we've had in a long time. And I like to think, you know, obviously people up front, they got to kind of have some hiccups or stuff like that. But, man, Port Royal, your options are literally wide open. You got sliders all over the racetrack. And I think here, you know, promotes some of the best racing. Definitely like this place a lot. As the lights go off on the Steve King Foundation pace car. see him yank it in there to the left this time by, and have to see if Isaac Salas can hold off his old teammate in the 75, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. As Isaac, not the time you want to have someone blink. He comes back. But man, oh man, not when you want that. As you look to the sky, the green flag waves. We're back underway. Grandy getting a good run here off it too. There's a little bit of a gap between the 75 and the 5. If Grandy can get there, maybe able to park it for a slide job. Not close enough, though, just yet here. 11 laps to go. Isaac Salas blinking here a little bit. No harm, no foul when you got a lead of, 4 or 5 car lengths. But, man, if the Philly Flyer ends up reeling him in here, that is not something that he's going to want to have to deal with. The 75 in the wall, Grandy. He is right there. The 518 smells the blood. The shark doesn't dive low, though, stays high. Grandy taking a peek this time, though, maybe trying to force the 75 into a mistake as Brian Dickens continues to hold off the 99. They're warring back and forth. Here comes Clay Christopherson on the outside. We've seen these guys before. Can they make it off of 4? They do. Clay Christopherson up into 6th. Michael Vitale not able to get back to him. But, man, this may not be done yet. Grandy loses a little bit of time there on the Philly Flyer. Couldn't tell if he got in the wall or not. Just watched him sink on the relative. He's going to have to all but be perfect here if he wants. Well, maybe, maybe he was dang near perfect. Look at that run he got off it, too. Out of a cannon. The 518 says, you want some? Come get you some. 6 laps to go this time by. Grandy, as close to that wall as you can, man. You couldn't fit a credit card up there. That's what you got to do. That's where the speed is. You got to be going up there. You got to be willing to, trim that right rear fender there. Shave off some paint, and that's exactly what the 518's doing. The 75 up there as well, a little too hard. Straightens it up, but gets a good run off the corner. All alone, all by himself is this man, the 5 of Isaac Salas, 1.8 seconds up the road. Good night as the war ensues for second. Grandy to the outside, big boy run. Going for a hike up there in the hills of Port Royal. All the way to the outside, the Philly Flyer. Does he show him the rear bumper, leaves him a lane? 3 laps to go. Move Grandy up to P2. Cha-ching says 100 grand, but he's gonna need another caution if he wants to go try to run down Isaac Salas here, and I don't know if he's gonna get one. Dino's got P6 in his sights. Can he get one more? Maverick Seidel has stayed in P11. He is still searching for that top 10, but he may lose one to Jeff Sharp. Billy Roberts, Clay Christopherson, Brian Dickens, 3 wide as we barrel into 3, but Isaac Salas rolls off a turn 4, gets the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 5 of Isaac Salas, who won heat race number 2. Lined up on the outside here of the front row and never looked back. Got to the lead and absolutely had it his way. Salsa wins at the Port Royal Speedway. Joseph Grandy, P2, and Trevor Giroux rounds out the top 3. Big win there by Isaac Salas. mean, even at the caution, or with the caution at halfway, I mean, he dominated that thing. Let's take a look here. It's your finishing order. Isaac Salas, Joseph Grandy, Trevor Giroux, Clay Christopherson, Billy Roberts, Michael Vitale, Dean Reynolds, Harold Klump, Alex Pomerleau, and Jeff Sharp rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field. Maverick Seidel, Mike Brewer, William Watson, Joe Mossow, Ted York, Barry Wallace, Mike Stryker, Jacob Mossow, Scott Thomas, Brian Dickens, Scott Rayom, Kurt Schatzer, Sam Bachman, and Jeff Barker. As we'll see here, if we can get a little bit of a rewind for us here, and we'll try to find the driver of the 75 machine.
Monitor.
Yep, pull you up while you're talking. Let's go. I forgot to turn me off push to talk on Discord. Sorry, Trevor. I was talking to myself there. Good run. I know, obviously not where you want, but hey, at the end of the day, man, 30 cars almost tonight, 29, I think. And to bring home a podium, that's a pretty good run. How are we feeling?
Pretty good, man. I mean, I can't complain, really. It was a tough track, man. It was bumpy as hell, and it was rough, and it was tough to run the top there, and that was the obvious line all night, in my opinion. Just tried to search around for other stuff in 3 and 4, and it was just, you kind of had to just run it through the bumps in 3 and 4, and it was tough to stay out of the wall at both ends of the track, and Isaac was just doing a better job at managing the car there in the rough, and Grandy too. Just those guys are obviously, some of the fastest guys in the league, so it's I'll take a third place finish here tonight. I just kind of got lucky with the invert there, and then apologize to Vitale there for the heat race. I didn't mean to give him a right rear there. Absolutely did not mean to do that, but yeah, I mean, overall a good night. I mean, can't really complain with a podium, even though it's not the top step, but we'll definitely take a podium either way.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, brother, led a couple laps there, able to battle, put on a good show, P3. That's a good way to start off the night, man. Congrats. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just all the guys at FTM, first and foremost. Like I've said a million times, just great group of guys. It's been a pleasure being a part of this team, and looking forward to the rest of the night here with the boys. And just shout out to all the sponsors that make this stuff possible behind the scenes, everyone at Coast to Coast. I apologize, but I forget who sponsors. Do you know? Obviously, Shaggy, who sponsors the series?
Your teammate's uncle now, dude. Hawks Garage, Brewer's uncle, stepped up and got the sponsorship. Yep.
Yeah, shout out them. Shout out everyone who makes this stuff possible. You, Shaggy, for the broadcast, and obviously the presenting sponsor for allowing this stuff to be broadcasted. Like I said, all the guys at FTM, griphack.com, Expert Installation, Big Tim Race Wraps, Arson Trackside, Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series, and looking forward to the big block. Hopefully the track's a little smoother. We'll see.
Well, hey, give him hell. Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
The Philly Flyer bringing home P3. And give me 3 seconds. I have to blow my nose. I'm struggling to talk to these guys. Alrighty. Now that I think I got that out of the way, nose blown, we'll pull up the 518. Grandy, man, this was one of those, you could see how quick that car was, but I think by the time, you were playing nice. You got the door shut on you a couple times. That's what you got to do if you want to live to survive. And you end up P2. But, man, you got to be thinking late race caution. Maybe you got something for the 5. What's going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It's a lot harder to, easier to catch up to somebody than it is to pass them. So, and I usually play pretty nice in general when it comes to that. So, unless you messed up, you probably would have won regardless.
Yeah, and I mean, I mentioned you playing nice because I saw Trevor. He made a mistake about 2 laps previous, coming out of 4, and I thought you were going to throw the slide job into 1, but did you just not think you were close enough? Wanted to bite back, get a little closer.
Yeah, I just thought something better would have opened up. Tracks was bumpy. Surprisingly, 1 and 2 was a lot easier than 3 and 4, which is usually the opposite. But yeah, it's just being patient. Don't get me wrong, I like to win, but I don't care if I win.
Yeah, I mean, you just wanted to put ShaggyTV on the podium in all 3 cars, and I appreciate that because you did just that. Hell of a job, Joe. Big run on the P2, man. Hopefully we see some more out of you in the big blocks. But before you get out of here, you got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, Aiden over at Raise the Bar, all the guys over at RMDB, Catalytic Recovery, Hinkle Homes, Mad Rabbit, Shaggy TV, Highline Cinematography, Reckless Raps, my girlfriend Olivia, all the guys at Coast to Coast, and I appreciate you for doing the broadcast.
Well, hey, like I said, man, hopefully I'm talking to you again. Go get him in the big block, brother.
All right, man, later.
Joseph Grandy coming home P2, and now we talk to not Joseph Grandy again. I almost drug him up here, but we finally get the right guy. Salsa, I mean, come on, brother. I tried to get Grandy to say he could get you if you got a late race caution, and even he wouldn't lie. Man, you were quick tonight. Almost, what did we end up with? 2.99, we'll call it 3 seconds up the road. I mean, hell of a job, dude. Did that in about, 12 green flag laps, too? I mean, this car was on rails. How we feel?
Oh, I feel great, buddy. I was telling Trevor a couple seconds ago how the official races were here this week, and, I've been dabbling into actually getting some official races under my belt, and, yeah, so I got plenty of practice this week. I feel phenomenal, to be honest with you, so we'll try to do it again the next one.
Yeah, man, I mean, you could tell you looked really comfortable on the outside. You think it's going to translate over to the big block? Are we going to get the same bumpy track, or are we going to hope for a different one?
Man, I'll tell you what, from what I've seen so far in all of the races this week I've gotten to do, the track in big block should be way more fun than the 358s. Just, you don't have to rely on momentum as much. Like the middle has been phenomenal all week long. So hopefully, tonight that sticks around. Obviously the top's going to be fast. It's just how it works, but I think it'll actually be a little bit more multi-groove, and I'm excited.
Well, hey, so am I, man. I mean, if you're half as confident going into that thing as you were in this, the field better watch out. Hell of a win, man. Like I said, 3 seconds, that's domination in 12 laps. You know it as well as I do. Congratulations. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. I tried to stink up the show for you. I know you always complain about it when I do, so that's what I was going for. But yeah, big shout out to good. I'm glad. That's what I want. But yeah, big shout outs to everybody at Venom Racing, Dean the Super Dirt Car Series. Hope he's doing better. Magnum Race Designs, JRB Designs. Speaking of that, if you saw Maverick's car tonight, brand new. Pretty awesome.
I saw Shaggy TV on it too. Don't think I didn't talk about it.
Yeah, buddy. I told him to make sure that thing gets on there. But yeah, other than that, thanks to Arson Trackside, Mission 22, Top Notch Trucking with Gramps, Shaggy TV with you, sir. So that's a shameless plug, I guess. Reed's Home Inspections, Mom, Dad, Miss Kelster for letting me do this. Good run to Mr. Trevor and Mr. Grandy. And then, thanks Coast to Coast. And I think that's about it. Let's try to go get us another one, I guess.
Yeah, man. After that domination, you're easily the betting favorite. Go get him, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Isaac Salas. I mean, what a win. 3 seconds. We step away, and we'll be right back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network with your big block modifieds here on Thursday Night Thunder.
it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get right when we talked about it.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here at the Port Royal Speedway, and you guys know by now, I mean, boy, I'm good at doing this, but we need to put up the Village House Coffee Big Block Mod logo here. I mean, you know, this one, I need to get this on a single like I do the other one. That way I don't have to have it rotate. I feel like Adam and Dean probably did do that for me, if I'm being honest, but you know, I let things slip. And I believe I mentioned earlier, but if I didn't, from what I'm the understanding, I believe this is a friend of Chris Alvey's, you know, coffee house. Could be Chris's, but I may have misunderstood it wrong. But either way, Chris Alvey, member here, the Coast to Coast family, putting up the sponsorship here for the big blocks this season. And Chris, really appreciate you doing that, man, because you know, definitely far from a requirement, but the people that do that helps keep the wheels greased here. There's no way. I was kind of shocked by that. It's Isaac Salas coming out here for lap number 1. Yeah, you could see he was just ahead of Brian Moore Sr. there. Isaac normally not a go out here right away, go get it done type of guy. He normally, you know, just hangs out a little bit, kind of gives himself a couple laps to base off of where he needs to be. But going to go out here right away. The 5 going to set the bar here at the Port Royal Speedway. Off of 4 for the final time. The big block modified number 5, purple. You know what that means? That's quick. That's really quick. That's about 2/10 quicker than everyone else right now as Grandy rolls in P2 in the 518 machine. Can Grandy find a little more time? Because Isaac Salas, oh, he does with an 18.570. He improves lap number 2. Boy, oh boy, Grandy goes green. What's it mean? He does find some more time as well. Not enough there, just an 18.72. Is Alex Pomerleau coming across the line here? May have kissed the wall there, but he's yellow anyways. Not going to matter. Here's William Watson. Lap number 1 in the books. P4 for the 23 machine. He's got one more trip around. The black 23 trying to storm off of 4 here. What can he do? He's green through sector 1, green through sector 2. The 23 jumps up to P3 with an 18.75. Good lap there for William Watson as Michael Vecchio. Lap number 1 in the books, and he runs out of time. Only going to get the 1 lap, P19 for Michael Vecchio. Is only 19 guys in this one here. 7 less than I guess 5 less. No, yeah, no, 7. All right, who knows? Who cares? We got 2 heat races. That's it. A 10 and a 9. Let's get ready to take a look at the starting grid for heat race number 1. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 147 of Michael Vecchio to the inside, the 38 of Adam Flieger. Row 4 to the outside, the 397 of the Canadian Alex Pomerleau to the inside, the 35 of Harold Klum. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 099 of Billy Roberts to the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 2 to the top shelf, your quick time, the 5 of Slide Job, Salsa, Isaac Salas to the inside, the 23 of Bart William Watson. Row 1 for your Village House Coffee Heat Race number 1 here in your big block modifieds at the Port Royal Speedway. To the outside, the 390 of Mike Brewer, and starting on the pole, the 28 of Jeff Sharp. Go one more lap around here before we get ready to go play. Steve King Foundation pace car yanks itself off the racing surface, and Jeff Sharp set to lead 10 drivers here to the green flag for heat race number 1. Remember, everybody going to be in the show. So you just don't want to do anything dumb here. Make yourself finish at the back of this heat race because, man, the 19th, that's going to be a long, long way to go. As the drivers take a look at the PA sky, the green flag is high. We're going to make some dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Isaac Salas right away going up there to the kisses, trying to grab all the moisture he can. For the rear tires of that 5 machine, Brewer doing the same, looking to cut a rug underneath. May have a slider for the lead. Oh, Brewer going to take a swing here. Not enough clearance. Jeff Sharp going to roll on the outside. But, man, you put the top 4 under the blanket here. Boy, oh, boy, this could get a little nasty. Isaac Salas going low and slow, trying to search for the lead, but he falls back to 4th. William Watson storming the beaches here on the outside of Port Royal. What a run for the 23. I mean, this man, he came with a plan. William absolutely sawing at that wheel, back and forth, just trying to contain that thing right now, trapped in the box. Got the teammate underneath, 28 in front, 5 behind. Nowhere for the 23 to go. Cross flags in the air, halfway, 4 laps left to play. Here comes Dino. He brought the knife. He wants a slice of pie here. Can he come up and get involved in this action? Isaac Salas, here he goes, trying to take the tree down, swings the axe. William Watson says, man, you gave me an idea. Let's try this cut down off of 4. Gives him enough of a run here. Slide job for the lead. Jeff Sharp back to the middle. Boy, oh boy, here we go into 3. Jeff Sharp has to keep it down. Here comes another one. Isaac Salas incoming. William Watson to the lead. 2 laps to go. Mike Brewer trying to get a bite here of the 28 machine, but he's not close enough. As here goes Isaac Salas for the lead. Looking underneath, side by side, white flag waves. Half a mile left to play. Isaac Salas slides up across the 23, gets the lead, and I don't know if Williams going to be able to do anything. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Isaac Salas sees the checkered flag wave, and he wins heat race number 1, followed by Watson, Sharp, Brewer. Flieger edges out Reynolds, Pomerleau, Klump, Roberts, and Vecchio. Ooh, what a run there. I mean, we have battles there mid-pack, front of the pack. Flieger flexing his muscles there. Come the end of heat race number 1. Let's take a look. It's your final starting grid here of your heat races for the big block modified, or Village House Coffee. Big block modifieds, I should say. Rounding out the field, the 26 of Maverick Seidel. Row 4 to the outside, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 55. Brian Moore Sr. Row 3 to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker to the inside, the 034 of JKJ John Klimowicz Jr. Row 2 to the high side, the 518 of 100 grand. Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer. Trevor Giroux. Row 1 for your second and final heat race here at the Port Royal Speedway for your Village House Coffee Big Block Modifieds to the outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale, and starting on the pole, the 028 of the Moose. I did it again. I think we were calling Jacob Mossau the Moose, so we can't do that. We can't cheat. It's just such a cheese cheat. Anyways, the 028 of Joe Mossau. What of you guys are listening in the chat? Anybody teammates with the Mossows? Let me know, man, you know. I mean, if you both want called the Moose, obviously we'll do it. But I just, for some reason, you know, I got a feeling that probably ain't the correct way to lean here. Drivers roll into 3 for the final time. The 028 of Joe Mossau takes a look up at the PA sky. The green flag is high. We're going to make some dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Grandy up there doing the William Watson here, trying to get a big run. We're 4 wide. Holy Hannah. Oh, Grandy. He gets the worst of it. Hard shot. Butter's going to go up the 518. Bounce back. We're still 3 wide. The 034 throwing a slide job on Mossau there. You see Klimowicz Jr. going for broke there in that red, white, and blue machine. Barker, does he play nice? Going to slide? No, you're going to keep it on the bottom here. And he moves up into P3. As we got to go back while we have time here. So they're going to string out. We've got to look at this. I mean, this is 4 wide. The 28 comes up a little bit, punches the 213 up the racetrack, and Grandy definitely gets the worst of it. But, man, you go 4 wide at the Port Royal Speedway. You're probably asking for something like that. Now the Philly Flyer says, thank you, I'll take the lead. He's on the outside now after completing the slide job. The 213 not able to cut underneath, and it's the Philly Flyer. I mean, it's almost like we had him and Isaac 1-2 to start the small block feature. We may have it again here. Just reverse the roles. Isaac on the inside, the Philly Flyer on the outside, as we're coming to 3 laps to go this time by. Klimowicz Jr. continuing to try to dip underneath that 513, but Barker so comfortable in the outside right now. No mistakes out of that blue and yellow 513. That, man, you know, the 034 not trying to encourage him to take the gloves off here, but may need to if he wants to get by. And actually, he's got some company. Here comes Maverick Seidel. Got ShaggyTV on there, extra 5 horsepower. He's going to get the job done. 034 didn't want to back out, tried to drive around him, and you see, and got the right rear. That's why sometimes I say you got to lift to race another day, and he ends up losing a spot there because he tried to stay flat-footed, and we're on our final time down the backstretch here at the Port Royal Speedway. Trevor Giroux sends it in on the bottom, looking to protect, sees the checkered flag wave, and the Philly Flyer wins heat race number 2, followed by Vitali, Barker, Seidel, Mossau, Klimowicz, Moore, Grandy, and Butterfield. Stick around for your A main here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to our sponsors and partners for the 2025-2026 winter season.
Almost set for your Village House Coffee A main here at the Port Royal Speedway. Let's get ready to take a look at tonight's 19 drivers in your Village House Coffee starting lineup. Rounding out the field to the inside of row 10, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 9 to the high side, the 93 of Butters. Jason Butterfield to the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. Row 8 to the high side, the 518 of 100 Grand. Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 35 of Harold Klump. Row 7 to the outside, the 55 of Mr. Wednesday Night. Brian Moore Sr. to the inside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Row 6 to the high side, the 034 of JKJ John Klimowicz. To the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 5 to the outside, the 028 of Joe Mossau. To the inside, the 38 of Adam Flieger. Row 4 to the high side, the 26 of Maverick Seidel. To the inside, the 390 of Mike Brewer. Row 3 to the high side, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. To the inside, the 28 of Jeff Sharp. Row 2 to the high side, the 213 of Michael Vitale to the inside, the 23 of Bart William Watson. And row 1 for your Village House Coffee. Big block modified A main at the Port Royal Speedway to the outside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer Trevor Giroux. And starting on the pole, the 5 of Salsa Slide Job, Isaac Salas. As we roll into turn 3 for the final time, the same duo who led the way for the majority of your small block modified feature set to lead the way here at the Port Royal Speedway once again. As you take a look to the PA sky, the green flag's high. Let's make some dirt fly. Your big block modified A main is underway. Trevor trying to pull a page there out of the Salas book. Get a big run on the outside, but it's just not up there yet. Isaac pulls away, milking the bottom here, going low and slow. But we are on for 4th, almost 4 wide. Mike Brewer trying to push it as low as he can go in that 390 machine. On the inside, 3 wide. Can he go up and shut the door? He's sure going to try. Forces his way in front of the 28. Looking for 1 more, maybe 2 more here. Brewer hacking away, and we got a big one here. Car up and over Adam Flieger. Hang on, brother. Adam Flieger with an absolute wild ride here at the Port Royal Speedway, and for some reason we clicked that. It didn't go on Adam here. Now it does go on Adam. Let's see what happened, and let's actually go to the blimp view here. Yeah, so we're 4 wide there. This comes up, bounces into the 28. The 26 then gets a shot. He comes back down. The 38 then head on into the wall. And he goes flipping up the racetrack, and it's a parking lot. Grandy gets his nose full of it. I'm not sure if that's going to be quick repair worthy for some of those guys, but and definitely more than just the 38 end up involved in that. Is Isaac probably typing someone a message and or looking at something on the phone? Pulling to the inside, I have done that more than once or twice, so all been there. Who we got? Who's the biggest mover right now? Let's take a look. I think it's Billy Roberts. Started 17th up to 10th. That 99 machine. So that'd be 7. Harold Klump right in front of him up 6 spots. Started 15th up to 9th. So definitely some cars on the move here. Harold got a piece of that last accident. The Flieger did roll up the track in front of him, but it doesn't look like he's got too much damage. Really any. I'm not seeing anything wrong with it, so we'll have to see. Hopefully it holds up for him here. Everything runs okay. As the Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off, we get set to go back underway. Isaac Salas rolls the bottom, chooses the inside here as you take a look at the PA sky. The green flag is high. We are back underway here at the Port Royal Speedway. Mike Brewer, oh, he's trying to jump the escalator, get to the outside here, not able to get a nose on the 23, who says, you know what, you can have it. I like the bottom. Stays down low, rides the middle off of 4. Mike Brewer continuing to go fishing. Joseph Grandy thinking about making it 3 wide. Enough thinking about it. He does it. Shot out of a cannon. The 518 gets a shot from the 99 of Billy Roberts, who maybe didn't know they were 3 wide, and nowhere really Grandy could go except to that middle. He gets them both. Mark them off. The 518, man, he came to play. Grandy looking for one more here as he closes in on Maverick Seidel. But look at that up front as we see our splits. Isaac Salas, he's ready. He says this is a different racetrack, different car. Doesn't look as bumpy on the outside of 1, and man, he is using it to his advantage. Big run there through the center. Isaac Salas getting a little pressure here. Trevor Giroux not close enough to do anything just yet here, so we continue to take a look back here. We got a battle between Billy Roberts and I believe Harold Klump. Billy on the inside, Harold on the outside, looking to shut the door. Harold didn't want to get on the binders. Brian Moore Sr. pays the price. Dino going to put him up and over. Nothing Dino could do. And Brian Moore Sr. teleports to pit road. We stay green. Maybe sick of feeling the pressure. Was the 5 of Isaac Salas, extending that lead a little bit. Got her to half a second over the Philly Flyer, and Trevor Giroux. You got to think, man, he is going to be feeling it here soon, because I mentioned to you, William Watson, his teammate, that's what he's known for, man, is these modifieds, but I would say the big block modified in particular. The guy knows how to play in these things, and if William can get close enough to see you, I mean, you're in striking distance here. So William definitely not done getting guys, I would think, yet here as we're coming to the line this time. 19 laps to go. Spliger holding the bottom. He's going to be a lap car. Isaac Salas going around the outside, no problem. Adam just going to keep her down on the low side, staying out of the lead lap car's way. And that's what you want to do there when you're stuck in traffic. You don't really want to be a factor. Adam doing a good job of making sure not going to be one here is the 513 of Jeff Sharp here in the 028. You go on board here with Jeff Barker, look into the inside. You can see how quick that car is off the top. I mean, you're thinking, you know, you're riding along with Jeff. Oh, Jeff, we're good. We're going to pass this guy. Just wait. There he goes. Big run off the outside, and that's what being on the outside gives you. All that momentum coming off the corner, and that's why you see guys up there just fighting for it. Speaking of fighting for it, Mike Brewer finally got P4 here, trying to pull away from these guys a little bit. Is Joseph Grandy up 10 spots, started 16th, up to 16th, up to 6th. I don't know if he's done just yet. 15 laps to go here at the Port Royal Speedway as Joseph Grandy looking to set up the 213 of Michael Vitale. But Michael doing a good job there, kind of rolling that high middle lane, we want to call it, not giving a lot of room here for the 518, who's forced to throw a slide job. Vitale trying to cut him back off the 2. He gets a good run, and he's got him clear. Grandy and Vitale back and forth, and now they're coming up on lap traffic. Not what Joseph Grandy wants to see. He's going to force the issue here. Go up high. Use the lap car now as a pick. Don't give him a lot of room. That's exactly what he does. Amen. That is, I mean, that's how you do it. Use that guy as a pick. Get around him. Make yourself clear. You continue to plow ahead. Trevor Giroux, you're wondering, oh, that guy, he's leading. No, he's not. This is the guy that's leading. Isaac Salas, that 3 seconds from the big blocks, he said, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to try to get right back to that. He's 2.6, we'll call it 2.5 seconds up the road. I mean, Isaac Salas. Port Royal, I mean, this may be his sandbox. Unbelievable the exhibition the 5 is putting on here in Pennsylvania. Side-by-side racing once again behind Mike Brewer, Joseph Grandy, and the 213 of Michael Vitale. Vitale not going away. Remember, Grandy kind of had to set him up using a lap car. I mean, Vitale's quick, but may just not be quick enough to get around, excuse me, as he's got to do it on the inside. Him and Grandy both on the slip and slide, coming off of 4, bobbing and weaving. Maverick Seidel going to lose a spot there to the 99 of Billy Roberts. Dean Reynolds trying to reel them both in that 79 machine. I know he's got to be feeling it with that sore leg. Lots and lots of green flag laps here in your big block modified. Jeff Barker, can he get up here and battle for 7th one more time? The 28 of Jeff Sharp, leaving plenty of room on the bottom for the Brewerton Beast, but such a lack of grip there on corner entry. You can see how shiny the racetrack is. You got a lot coming off, but man, you got to be sensitive on that throttle. You can't gun it, or you're going to lose it. Right now, Mike Brewer, this is the man in P4. You saw William Watson, that's 3rd. The podium locked down if this thing stays green. Still a somewhat war here for the final position inside the top 5. As Vitale continuously going to the bottom, trying to find a way past the 518. The 147 slowing down. If you come to a stop on this racetrack and bring a caution flag out, I might have a brain aneurysm. There's your leader going around on the outside. Puts him a lap down. Looking to put Adam Flieger one more lap down as we're driving off of 4. You can't be serious. I like my job, so I'm just gonna... It's crazy, though, that I could call that I knew that was coming, and I shouldn't be able to do that, so... Maybe just some, what do they say, food for thought there, if you go back and watch this, but hey, it spoils a huge lead from Isaac Salas, who was absolutely gone, looking to go back-to-back here, and we'll rack him up one more time. You know, I don't mean to talk out of both sides of my mouth here. Obviously, the broadcaster and me, we love it. We're going to have a green-white checkered here, re-racked, re-stacked, but, you know, we may get some chaos that not necessarily fair here to some of these drivers, but hey, what do they say? Life isn't fair. Got to be ready for it when you're racing, and the yellow laundry back out there, so... Gonna get ready to go here one more time. I say should be a green-white checkered here. So Isaac blinking a little bit here under these cautions, did in the small blocks as well. As long as it's not under green, that's not going to be a problem there for the North Dakota native. As you take a look up to that PA sky, the green flag is high. We've got 2 laps left to play at the Port Royal Speedway. I told you 2. It's actually 3 there, apparently. 3 laps to go. So not even the first green-white checkered attempt here as Isaac Salas gets in the outside wall. We got a battle there for 4th Joseph Grandy looking around the outside of Brewer. He takes P4, the 518. Does he have time to get any more? 1 mile left here in the dirt at the Port Royal Speedway. Trevor Giroux so close he can taste this thing. Looking to the inside. Does he think about a slide job as the white flag waves? Isaac Salas goes down, protects the bottom, comes up, gives it a little wall tap. Gets a good run off of 2, and that may be all he needs. Isaac Salas, he had some company this time. But man, that's all it is he's going back to back. He wins your Village House Coffee. Amen here at the Port Royal Speedway, the Philly Flyer P2. And William Watson able to hold on for P3. What a drive there. A Salsa back-to-back and an FTM 2-3. We'll see here if we can't get a word in or a word or two in with these guys. Oh, and actually, whoops, I forgot. I can still do this from this screen, I think. Can I? Yes. Okay. Forgot to do this. Always, Dino gives me crap. I forget to do this too much. Give you your full rundown of the field. You know your top 3. Grandy 4th. Brewer, Vitale, Sharp, Barker, Roberts, and Dino rounds out the top 10. Kumulix Jr., Harold Klump, Maverick Seidel, Joe Mossow, Adam Flieger, Michael Vecchio, Alex Pomerleau, Brian Moore Sr., and last but not least, Jason Butterfield rounds out the field. Now we are safe to pull up the driver who finished P3 and, man, had one heck of a race in that heat race. It looked like you were going to win that thing, but just got it stolen from you at the end. And, I mean, at the end of the day, you still bring home a podium, William. How are we feeling after that one?
I mean, good. Compared to the race before that, I was driving with a little bit of anger to put me up there, but felt good. That caution came out right there at the end, and I mic'd up and said, "Somebody's in trouble." But it was fun. I found something.
Wait till you look at that on the broadcast.
Oh, the heat race?
No, the caution there at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a big gap. Big gap.
Yeah, it was a nice way to bring out the caution, too. You can probably imagine how it came out from the way I'm talking. Now, did you like the idea? So now, I always roll the angle. It's going to upset some guys. I know you had big gaps. But did you want those gaps? Did you feel like you can hold off those guys behind you? Were you worried at all when you got that caution?
No, I mean, Mike was right there. I knew he was running the bottom pretty well. I didn't know how the bottom was because I think I touched it twice. So I know he was running down there early on. Good. I don't know what happened. He backed off a little white ways. That caution came out just before it came out. I found something, told Trevor about it, and it was basically top 1 and 2. It cut down 3 and 4. He didn't do it first lap, did the second lap and gained some ground. Just wish I could have been. I gained ground on him on the first lap because I didn't do it. And then I hit the wall going into 1 and backed me right back off. So it'd have been a real good battle right there if I could have stayed off that wall.
Yeah, and I mean, now you got me wondering here. Obviously, you had a good view of it, but Trevor kind of follows Isaac there into 1 and 2 on the final lap, and there with that info. Maybe if he goes to the outside, he has a chance to cut under on the backstretch. But hey, coulda, woulda, shoulda. At the end of the day, you bring home a 2-3 for the team. That's a hell of a job, brother. Who you want to thank on P3?
Dang, I don't forget.
Swan Speed Shop, Expert Installation.
Yeah, I ain't been up here so long. I don't forget.
I'm staring at the side of your car. I'm cheating.
Team-based FGM, Vortex Graphics, Dean, Dirt Car Series, Dupro Performance. The people who sponsored the big box this
Village
season,
House Coffee. Chris Alvey
that was it.
Picked up the sponsorship.
I appreciate that, and Yeah, just you for broadcasting, coast to coast, putting there, gives us a place to race.
All right, well, tell him to keep a spot for me. I'm going to come run some late models. Good luck over there.
All right.
William Watson bringing home P3, and now we're going to bring up the man who, oh, man, this time. I know you were salivating. That was a coulda, woulda, shoulda deal, and, man, you were so close. And, I got to ask you now because William said he told you, and you made up a little bit of time on him on that final restart. Now, obviously, you got to try to go for it. But he shuts the door on you there, 1 and 2, as the white flag waves. If you could turn back the clock, you think you maybe go to the outside of 1 and 2? Could we have tried something down the backstretch, or was he just too good?
I mean, he was definitely too good. I mean, better than me. There was no way I was getting by him unless it was a miracle. But yeah, probably would have tried 1 and 2 there at the white flag. But I knew he was gonna shut the door in 3 and 4. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So I I was just talking to Isaac, telling him the same thing. I said I would just wanted to send it in and get on the binders and run the bottom and see if there was anything there because it was working good in the heat, and I don't think anyone was gonna tear it up too bad during the feature. So I was hoping there was a little bit of grip there, and then I slid up and spun the tires, so he got on the gas before me, and it was just, yeah, dude, it was a fun race. But if I had to go back and do it all over again, probably would have switched up one little thing. I don't know, man. It's tough to say. I mean, it's Isaac, dude. He's the GOAT. So I mean, it'd be tough to beat him either way. So, but it was a good race. I was just telling him I didn't want to run that slider line he was running 1 and 2 too much because in case there was a late race caution, I wanted to have some tires, and sure shit, that's what happened. So it was fun, man. It was I tried like hell to get him at the end, and hopefully made for a good finish there.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, I can kind of hear it in your voice, and we know Isaac's good at these things. You maybe caught yourself by surprise a little bit how much you had left in the tank there at the end. That being said, were you worried though prior to that? Because he was out there so far up front that you're virtually locked into P2. Were you worried that maybe this tightening up gives William a chance to go at you, or did you feel confident you could hold him off?
Oh no, definitely worried. Like as soon as the caution came out, I was excited because I'm right there with Isaac again. Then you look in your mirror and there's Bart, so it's kind of a mixed feelings type of thing. And Bart obviously knows his stuff. He's really fast, so it's kind of one of those things where I'm obviously focused on Isaac, trying to get Isaac, but you also got to make sure you're still hitting your marks and doing the right things and not let the guy behind you get by you, especially Bart of all people. So, yeah, it's just man, it was a fun race, dude. It was that was some fun. Like I said, just hopefully it like I said, just hopefully it put on a good show at the end there for the broadcast, and hung with them there for a bit at the start, and then he gets out to his big gap, and then right back at the end there. So that was fun. I'm not gonna hang my head on a second. That was some fun, man.
No, especially, man, because let's be honest, first one he had it, but this one, man, you had him sweating, brother. That was a good finish. Good hard run and an FTM 2-3. Good job for the boys. You got anybody you want to thank on this one?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Shaggy, just had him sweating there, and then that's I'm proud of that. He's one of the best, and I want to be one of the best. So to hang with him, it's pretty cool. But just all the guys at FTM, and pretty good night for the boys. It's not over yet too. We'll go and see what we could do in the pro lates here, and all the presenting sponsors, everyone who makes this stuff possible behind the scenes at Coast to Coast. You, Shaggy, for the broadcast, Expert Installation, Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series, Arson Trackside, Big Tim Race Wraps, everyone on my car, man. It's wouldn't be possible without all these sponsors. So I appreciate each and every one of you.
Well, hey, good luck out there in the pro late models, and be nice to me.
No promises, brother.
Philly Flyer brings home P2. And now we're going to bring up the man who goes back to back here at the Port Royal Speedway. Boy, oh boy, phantom caution flag comes out because maybe someone didn't pull into the pit road. They stopped right beside the opening. And,
thanks, NASCAR.
Yeah, you had to pick up the slack here at the end, and I'm telling you, I know you don't really run with that mirror, but dude, he was all over you there come towards the end. I mean, were you feeling the pressure?
Yeah, man, I can hear him, for God's sake. And the funny part is like every once in a while, I think I can hear him, but like it's actually myself. I'm like, oh, okay, that was just myself. And then like I was running and I was like, oh, it's probably me. And I like looked down because I still run a relative, but I like looked down. I'm like, oh my God, he's on me. I was, oh gosh, I need to go, dude. And then I decided to hit the wall, and he about got me, to be honest with you.
That's what I was going to say. So, when you kind of, you're paying attention, you obviously got to adjust and try to find something else. So you go to the bottom and, you'll see on the replay, he kind of tags the wall too when you do. But, man, it just shows how difficult is it. I mean, you get yourself in a rhythm, you're constant, you're humming on the outside. And, I mean, one difference, one change, and it can really throw that car off your rhythm. And, man, you could see you guys really fighting it at the end.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. For me personally, I thought I felt great on that green flag run. Like, you kind of, like you said, you hit your marks, you're right on the money, you're doing good. And
3 seconds again.
Oh gosh, I know. I was trying to make it 4 for you, to be honest with you. And it's just like you get into that moment where it's like, all right, what was I doing before? And then you start overthinking, and it's like, all right, well, I got to do this to first off just maintain the lead out of the corner, and then try to go and execute. And I mean, that's kind of all you really can do at that point. You got to like kind of come back down from all that and just go run some good laps again. And yeah, like you said though, I mean, he was right there. I really love Trevor, and it's always fun to race with him. And I feel like I taught him too much, to be honest with you, because he's like kind of a pain now, but I'm happy. I was thrilled.
Yeah, man, especially, when you still get the best team at the end, so it's that much sweeter. Hell of a job, brother. Congrats. Back-to-back here at Port Royal. It's some of the smaller tracks you can get into a rhythm. It's a little easier, but, man, this thing, you're hammered down most of the time. It's so easy to make a mistake, and to go back-to-back here, man, that's impressive. Hell of a job. You got anybody you want to thank on the win?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Like I said earlier, and I'll reiterate it every single time, but the boys over at Venom Racing, even if we're not doing too hot, we're still having a blast, man, more than anything, so I'd rather go through that. But yeah, other than that, Mr. Dean and Super Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, JRB Designs for that beautiful scheme, RSN Trackside, Mission 22, Top Notch Trucking, ShaggyTV with you, sir. Regency Home Inspections. I need to write this shit down, man. Sorry. But yeah, other than that.
No, we're allowed to do that now, I think.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I need to write this down so I can get better at this. I try to name them all off in the same category or in the same way every time. Yeah, Mom, Dad, Gramps for watching, Miss Kelser for letting me do all this. Been racing a lot lately. Yeah. Other than that, good runs to Mr. Trevor and William. So,
well, I'd tell you go out here and win 3 in a row, but I'm going to win this next one. So have fun finishing second, brother. Good luck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I'll love to see it. We both have to chase Trevor down. What do you mean?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm going to be lucky if I make the feature, even if there's 12 cars. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, Isaac.
All right,
give him hell, brother. Isaac Salas bringing home the win here in the big block modifieds. And with that, I do it correctly this time because I remember that I don't have to do the Pro Late models. It's going to be this, man. I get to get in the car. How we doing tonight, Adam? You ready to do this thing? Let's see. I may have put him on the spot. He may not be ready to do this thing yet, but I am going to roll it over to commercials. Stick around. We'll do the swap, and we'll be back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
fans, it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight when we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Okay, so I get to race this, okay? Adam's having a little bit of mic trouble. I'm in Discord with him. So, let's see, is that going to work? I got to refresh here. So I had it off. But you're going to get to watch me qualify, see how not to qualify. And then we'll click it over to the person broadcasting. If I have to do it, I guess I'll do it. Not that worried about it, but you will see me on the screen as a driver because I registered to race. So we'll see what happens here. I gotta reload that.
Okay,
though.
he's up and running, so we're going to go ahead and roll with this.
And you see I've got the driver chat on. I told him, hey, no cursing here tonight. You know, we got to behave. Oh, there we go. I think I hear Adam now. Yeah. Hey, Adam, we got you now. We got you. You ready to swap this thing over? You don't have to run a commercial because we're getting ready to race. Whenever you want to roll it over.
I mean, if you can give me a couple moments, maybe you can handle it for a month, and I'll let you know when I got it up and running.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
I think he's on his phone there. Couldn't really hear him too well, but I think he said, you know, he's going to take him a couple minutes, and then we'll throw it up, and then it's good. I have to move my keyboard, and we'll take Village House Coffee off. I can at least do that. Guys probably don't want to see that. Why would we not here? You guys can't see an overlay either. Why? All right, I'm trying to get that overlay deal to work. I'm going to have to worry about it after I qualify, to be honest with you. I already suck. Can't put myself at too big of a disadvantage. Scott here, put a lap in. Sitting too high in this car. I'm looking, I got to angle it more down. I haven't driven the late model yet since I kind of tweaked my settings a little bit. Or we can slap the wall and make all laps not count. Oh, that's crazy. God, I'm so good. It's unbelievable. All right. Wonder if that paused me. Trying to bring back up my software here real quick so you can at least look at a leaderboard while I'm racing here. Don't want it on my screen. You guys may want it. All right, now here's where you tell these boys, watch out. You know what I mean? Here I come. Train's coming. You better get off the tracks. I want to get in the way of this puppy boy. We need to turn off the driver details. You guys know who I am, and look at that. Joe's probably like, what's this idiot doing? Well, this idiot forgot the shift, you know? Not my fault. Just want to start it in neutral. Give me a gear. Start it in gear. You know? Sometimes I'm zoning out a little bit here. Now, once again, if we hear Adam chime in mid-race, you know, there's no way I can get that thing over to the go live button and end the stream. So I'll try to answer him, but Discord is on a push-to-talk thing for me now. So, you know, if we leave Adam in the wind there, it's not because I'm rude. It's because I'm struggling to not wreck me and the rest of the field around me.
All right, guys, we're going 8 laps.
There you go. You never get to hear any of this. This is insider stuff. I mean, Jeff Barker telling everyone to have fun, you know.
Hello?
What's up, Adam?
Not a whole lot. I'm loading in as we speak.
All right, well, I'm streaming heat race number 1. I'm about to drop the green flag so we can do the switch in between heat races if you're ready. But I'm racing.
10-4.
Who's in the lead? Don't matter. Like I'm ever gonna get there. Let's be honest. It don't matter who's up front. Matters is who's behind me and who's right in front of me here. So I don't know if I had this bad a pace. Obviously, you guys saw me clip the wall. I'm not quick. I don't know if I was last place pace. White flag waves, 1 lap to play. I'm not going to be able to go up here and get Jeff. I don't. No way. I might not even be able to hold off Pat. So he got a heck of a run there on the bottom of 1 and 2. That was a good run by the librarian there. But I'm going to get enough off of 4. Man, I thought he was going to get me. He showed me something there, though. You can run that bottom in 1 and 2. That was a good run from Pat. So I gotta, well, track will change, but I gotta try to remember that.